Café Latino Cooking in Friends. Today we are doing something very Latino style. And I invited somebody that has for years working with the Latino community, Angie Carrera. She's working now in Dallas, in the Chamber of Commerce of Dallas. But she will talk about more about this. Welcome, Angie.
Thank you so much for having me, Laura. I'm so pleased.
What a pleasure to have you. As I know you for so many years in different positions along your life. But one of the things you always do is helping the Hispanic community. Tell me a little about that.
Well, the Hispanic community here is rather large. What most people don't know is that while the Hispanic community is probably around 14% of the Fairfax County population, only less than probably 2% really need interpretation or language services.
Okay.
So many of the Latinos that come here Hispanics that come here either from Central or South America are very well educated and contributing to community. And I love working with those people, helping nonprofits in the local community as well.
Yeah. So, Angie, you've been known very well you create your own nonprofit to help these people. Can you tell us about it, about the nonprofit?
There are over 30 nonprofits in Fairfax County area, more like 200 in the metro area, but they cross borders. However, the Hispanic nonprofits have dwindled over the past few years because they've ended up working under other nonprofits such as Cornerstones or what used to be Our Daily Bread, which is now called Bright Paths. But they very much serve the Hispanic community. Things like Liberty's Promise that help people become better citizens. So there's a number of great nonprofits that serve the Hispanic community, but there are no really large or strong Hispanic nonprofits any longer.
Okay. So one of the nonprofits that you try to develop is to find people to help other nonprofits.
Yes.
So
yes. Hispanics in the area help either as direct service providers. In other words, they speak Spanish. They have a particular skill like nursing or healthcare, and they provide that service in Spanish to a Spanish-speaking family. Others serve as interpreters. The best program in the area is my own personal favorite, I have to admit, is the volunteer interpreter program in juvenile and domestic relations court. For over 20 years now, 20 years, they have been providing interpreters in Spanish to people who come to court who otherwise would not know what was going on during a court hearing.
And it's for free?
And the service is free. It's all done by volunteers. The court is smart and generous in knowing that they really serve the entire community better when they provide interpreters for civil cases. Now, in criminal cases, the state provides an interpreter.
So I have a question for you. You are Hispanic, but I think you born here. Tell me a little.
No. I came here as a toddler. And so I have no accent, which kills me. However, I love hearing other people's accents, but I've been here I was raised in Washington, but I've been in the Virginia side of the world for almost all my adulthood.
Oh, okay.
So, and you're from Mexico.
Yes.
Yes, and I met some really wonderful people from your country who provide so much care.
Yes, so it's really fun. So I've been doing this show, I've been doing radio for many years, and I decided to do a cooking show. And my idea of this cooking show is to invite people who maybe like to cook or maybe want to share with me one of the recipes.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have to tell you, I have the same experience you had. Our kitchen is always a place where people talk and share what's gone on in the day, what's going on with family, and sometimes the really good secret recipes.
I know. One of the things in Mexico, my mother used to be an excellent chef, to say, home chef, to say. She used to teach cooking in middle school, in secundaria, no? So it's really, but the recipe that I wanted to share is going to be in the webpage cafelatinotv.com. It's really complex, but I will put all the ingredients there, and you can see. The recipe I want to share with you is called pan de muerto. And what happened is, the Dia de los Muertos is a very big tradition in Mexico, where the people cook food for the people who are dead. And they do the altars, so they put food, but especially the pan de muerto, they put it over there. The pan de muerto requires time And it's really kind of easy to do, but it requires around 2 hours to do it. So I just want to give you the instructions. But before that, I want to tell you a little more about the Dia de Muertos. What happened is, when the people die, we write like a poetry. And it's just for fun. It's things that you do for fun. And so Diego Rivera, you know Diego Rivera is a famous muralist. So I will read it in Spanish, and maybe you can help me to translate it. Calaveras is a funny way to say things about the death. So a Diego Rivera, este pintor eminente,
this permanent
painter, cultivador del feicismo. So he cultivates ugly.
The ugliness.
The ugliness.
Ah, okay.
He got dead immediately. Se murió inmediatamente cuando se pintó a sí mismo.
And when he painted himself that way.
Yeah.
So what an interesting concept. He painted himself because he was not an attractive man.
No, he was ugly.
And then he died.
So it's called calaveras. It's just a funny way to express things about. So it's called calaveras, and everything was done in this kind of feature different ways.
Those are lovely, by the way.
So I can.
La muerte me pela los dientes.
So the death
hurt my teeth. Showing on my teeth.
Yes.
Ah.
So this was a famous cartoonist that I do. Everything is fun about the death. So everything is kind of fun stuff about the death. But the thing I wanted to share with you is la receta del Día de los Muertos, o sea, el pan de muerto. It's not a dead bread, and this is nothing happened to you if you try to eat it. It's called the dead bread. It's called pan de muerto. And what you need to have is flour, 1.5 cup of flour. You need to have 3/4 water, warm water. You have to have half a cup of sugar, and I brought this kind of sugar, like very organic sugar. You have to have 2 envelopes of yeast.
Oh yes, the yeast to help it rise.
Yeah, so to take the rise. You have to have 1 teaspoon of anise seeds.
Oh, okay.
You know anise?
Yeah.
It's beautiful seed.
It's got a very interesting flavor.
Yeah, so you have these seeds. And then you have to have a cup of milk, half cup of milk and half cup of water. You have to have butter, and I brought this 58% of oil. It's not so fancy. You have to have 4 eggs, so 4 eggs,
Okay.
and 4.5 cups of flour. So the tricky thing is here, you have to mix all these ingredients, put it together with 4 cups of flour. So you put it all the mix here and mix all these ingredients, and ingredients will be in the webpage. And in a small pan like here, you just have to put milk, water, and butter. And then what you do, this is for the yeast. So you put water, butter, and then you put the yeast to mix. So you mix it a little with water. Then you have to mix the eggs. You put the eggs here. And then you put the eggs, and you begin to mix it with the flour very slowly. Very, very slowly.
Okay.
Slowly, put it all together. Then you let the mix rest, so to grow almost double.
Do you know if you cover it usually?
My mom used to put it in the refrigerator with a piece of cloth.
Oh, okay.
You know the cloth that you just,
It's like cheesecloth?
Yeah. When the baby born used to be.
Yes, it's like pañala, like a diaper.
Yeah,
very light. Yeah.
Very light, so you cover until it's double. Once you push the dough down, you cannot reshape it. And the secret here is, so you reshape it, you dough, and you put in the, let me see this. So you put it here, you dough, and the secret of this forms is like a bones. So you look at tear a little forms and a dough, and then you put it in the oven for 40 minutes.
Wow, okay.
It's just really, really something.
Now, do you sprinkle
And then
sweetener on
once
top?
it's coming out the
when
oven,
it comes out.
after 4 minutes, you put it out, and then you eat it with a glass of milk. So we will do that in a little while. So in the meantime, I really wanted to go back a little about these traditions. So where are you from originally? Or where is your...
I'm from Quito, Ecuador.
Quito, Ecuador.
And I don't know that we have Dia de la Muerte because that's really a Mexican tradition, but everything tends to bleed over, and like your country people, we love to celebrate things, even death. So I do know that we celebrate it in different ways.
So do you do like in Mexico, we do the Dia de los Muertos. They bring food to the people is dead. You do that?
I don't know, but I do know my mother has told me that after someone dies, there's often some celebration or party. This is long before Americans invented the celebration of life.
Halloween and all this stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, supposedly what they do is they put the kind of altar, so they put different kind of food and drinks for the people, and supposedly they come after death, and they eat what they prepare.
That's interesting because that's sort of like some of the Asian tradition that they actually honor their dead by cooking for them. So we're not that far away from many other cultures.
Yeah. What is a tradition that you're missing from Ecuador?
I'm sorry,
what tradition did you miss from Ecuador?
I think that mostly the family.
The family.
Like most immigrants, you come here, and most immigrants tend to go back or have family connections.
Yes.
We didn't go back to Ecuador until 1995.
Wow.
And then just for 2 weeks. It was wonderful, though, meeting relatives that we didn't even know.
Yeah.
And the people, the food, and the warmth that we felt was unbelievable. It was just wonderful.
So now you're working for the Dulles Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, I work for the Dulles Chamber of Commerce. I'm the member relations manager. And I love working there. Even though it's only part-time, I feel like I found my after retirement home.
Okay. So before that, where are you working?
I was working for Fairfax County government for almost just 22 years.
Okay.
And
What
believe
did
me,
you-
I didn't think I was going to be there that long, but it was a wonderful, wonderful
What did you do there?
2 decades. I began by running a mentor program for court-involved children, teenagers mostly. And then I got asked to run the volunteer interpreter program. So I got to create it and run it. And then I handed it off to a wonderful woman who ran it for me for many, many years after. She just left.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sure they're finding someone new. And then I worked for the county executive as I think the country's first language access coordinator.
Oh, wow.
And my job was to help our over 12,000 employees learn how to deal with language issues. Somebody would call in and ask for a service and not be able to speak enough English to navigate the system.
Yeah.
And because of me, staff now knew how to connect with an interpreter, how to provide them with a direct service speaker, how to give them information that was properly translated. I love that job. But as things happen, things change, and the job was eliminated because of the budget. And then I went to work for a partnership office, retired, and now I'm at the Dulles Chamber.
That's awesome.
Long history, but wonderful, wonderful experience.
So Angie, we will go take a little break, and we will sit down and enjoy my delicious bread that I
I am looking forward to it.
and eat it. And I continue talking about the importance of being part of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, or be part of the Dulles Chamber of Commerce, and especially the Hispanic Council, and talk about different events that are coming on in the chamber and how you can get involved, especially with the Hispanic community.
Wonderful.
So we could continue also reading a couple of these calaveras. I love this. So in a minute, we will be back with you to enjoy the pan de muerto.
Did you see anyone's breakfast? Is this your hair?
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 5 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Café Latino Cooking with Friends. Today, I will give you the instructions, amazing instructions to do pan de muerto. It's a little complex and take a long time, but it's easy to do it. So I hope so you can go to the webpage, Café Latino Cooking with Friends, and the recipe will be there. Today we have Angie Carrera, that she has all her life dedicated to the Hispanic community here in Fairfax. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So I was telling you that this is the bread. There's pan de muerto, and when I was little, my mom used to do it, and then we go to the cemetery, and we bring the food for the people that
Have been deceased.
Supposedly, in the night of the November 31st, the people come during the night and eat. They eat the food. So you have to bring what they like it, and especially the pan de muerto.
And it's November 31st?
Yeah, the night. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to take a piece.
I am going to take a piece. Now the design on here you said is like the bones, right?
The design here is the bones. And this is really, it's just, I'm pretty sure in the United States, this bread that there's a lot of yeast. You know, the people, they grow like this, so it's nothing fancy, but it has anise.
And you can taste the anise in this. This is delicious.
I used to, when I was little, to take this bread and take a glass of milk. But with this sweetie, it's good. So I wanted to cook something very traditional to share with you, since you are so involved with the Hispanic community. And coming back a little about your job. So now you're part of the Dallas Chamber of Commerce. And tell me a little how this Hispanic Council began.
Well, many years ago, probably 15 or 16, the Chamber wanted to reach out to the Hispanic community, but wasn't quite sure what it could offer and how it would do that. So it started this very small thing called the Hispanic Business Committee. Which sounded like a good idea, but before you knew it, there were so many Hispanics involved who wanted to know how to have a business in Fairfax County, especially along the Dulles Corridor. The Dulles Corridor, business corridor, basically runs from Tyson's through to where is now the airport. The committee grew and grew, and it actually got turned into a council. So now we're the Hispanic Business Council. Danny Vargas of VARCOM was one of the chairs. I have been a chair. Pat Williams of Graceful Care was the chair. She's an American who really believes in the Hispanic, the benefits of the Hispanic culture here in Fairfax County. We basically wanted to forge deeper ties with members and create a vibrant business community for Hispanics who want to do business in Fairfax County.
So they meet each month.
Yes.
And they have sometimes speakers and sharing about ideas about how to improve business.
Yes, we do. We do have speakers come in. They talk about how to grow your business, how to market it, even how to select a team like your CPA, your marketing person, how to create a team that's going to support your business. Mostly small business gets so involved in the day-to-day operations, they forget that we really need help in other areas to keep our business not only just afloat, but actually growing.
Okay. So during the year, they have a special event that they do in September. That is, tell me about that event.
You're talking about our wonderful, wonderful reception. It's called the Hispanic Business Reception. We are now in our 14th year, and I'm going to hold up the flyer just so you can see how colorful it is. We have various things happen, but this is probably, this I see as the signature event for the Hispanic Business Council's contribution to the Dulles Regional businesses. We have businesses come and rub elbows with other people who can help them in their business. You can be also a sponsor of a reception. This year it's too late. We already have the sponsors, but next year. The most important thing is that you get to talk to people about what you do and help them get connected to you. This year is meet and greet the candidates. You know this is an election year, so we have a number of candidates who are running or are incumbents who are running again, and we hope that you'll come out and meet them.
Yeah, so one of the things the Hispanic community, we wanted to give Hispanic community do business with the other people. No? So one of the things that you do and the Dulles Chamber does is a lot of networking, no?
Oh, yes.
So this will be a great networking
Absolutely.
event.
You want to bring business cards, you want to bring your promotional material, and next year really consider being a sponsor because that gives you a lot of exposure.
So every year you have this event, especially this year with election time. Wow. So you bring in different people running for office and talk about the issues for the Hispanic community.
Yes, you can talk to any of these candidates. They're not going to be keynote speakers. We want you to be able to look at them face to face and really talk to them.
So do you think the networking is important? I wanted to be sure that the Hispanic community that's watching this understand the networking is, I believe in this time, is the most important thing to do to find business. What do you think?
I think we're a little afraid of networking because it sounds so not friendly. It's like I'm only talking to you so you can help me.
Yeah.
But the truth is that networking is really an opportunity to find out what your interests are and how they mesh with mine. And it could be that I run a bakery and you happen to run a distribution place. And we need to talk to help each other. So that's what networking is really about. It's a win-win situation for both parties, and we'll help you get there.
So we have a great team in the Hispanic Council. We have two co-chairs. So
we have the wonderful, wonderful Casey Chavez, who is just been a brilliant co-chair for the council, and also the amazing Rebecca Mejia. She just got married, so I'm still getting used to her last name.
Yeah, Rebecca Mejia now. She's both business people, no? Like.
But we have a great team. We have Nuri Mina
From
Fulton Bank, and we also have Diego Rivera from Cardinal.
Cardinal. So you have a combination of people of different areas, from for the nonprofit in the case of Casey, to the insurance, New York Life in the case of.
Right. It runs the gamut. We have over 30 nonprofits who are members of the chamber. And because some of them serve the Hispanic community, they're very involved with the Hispanic Business Council.
Yeah. So one of the things I noticed last time when I was in the networking event is there are a lot of Hispanic business that don't understand the benefits of being a part of a chamber. Can you tell me one of the benefits?
Oh my goodness! Depending on what kind of membership you have, you can run banner ads. You can be a sponsor, for example. Our sponsors for the reception are Cox, Kaiser Permanente, New York Life, Fulton Bank, Random Words Marketing Group, Cardinal Bank, Raices, which is a restaurant, and Cakes by Happy Eatery. Already, they've just gotten promoted on your show.
Yeah.
We help promote the sponsors who sponsor this event every year.
So the people who wants to promote themselves, they can join the chamber and by different levels of.
The great thing is that once you become a member of the chamber, you can put things in your business profile to help get people to pay attention to you.
Do you think that is new way to sell, to communicate with people, the social media, Facebook, is something that's been, well, for me, has been a dramatical change, what do you think?
Well, we have a wonderful communications manager at Dulles who is teaching every committee how to tweet. Is that the right word? I want to say Twitter, tweet, and to use social media so that if you go to an event like this, you can send messages out to people and say, hey, I just met this marvelous person from this company. And my company and their company, we're going to do a partnership. So you can let people know what's cooking.
So the thing is...
and that wasn't a joke, cooking.
Cooking, by the way, because cooking. Yeah, well, this is just amazing things that are happening here in the Northern Virginia and Dulles. More Hispanics should join the chamber since we have the Hispanic Council. Not that we can continue. We continue looking for more people, for joining.
Yes, you cannot have too large a group. We want to help educate people, but we also want to know about your business. We want to help you let people take advantage of what your product is or what your service is. So come check out the chamber at www.dullesregionalchamber.org, not com. It's org, O-R-G.
So before we leave in, I'm going to come back for a moment. I brought these postcards from Mexico.
Oh yes,
it's from this is Jose Guadalupe Posada. So in Mexico, they're laughing about the dead. So Jose Guadalupe Posada used to draw in these curious
calaveras. By him also.
Look at that one. So it's just so interesting how they do these calaveras, or these kind of skeletons. So one of the things here we have Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo. As you know, Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera were very known about in the time of the Impressionism and the time very, very. Frida Kahlo was one of the most important painters, and Diego Rivera was one of the most important muralists in the world. So I decided to bring this postcard from Mexico, just kind of share a little with you. Mm-hmm. And before we leaving, and we will eating our, you can continue eating your pan de muerto. I will read another calavera that is this kind of poems, you know, that is so just funny. So this is about a bee. Mm-hmm. It says, a la abeja semejante para que cause placer, el epigrama ha de ser pequeño y dulce punzante. That means when the bee, to be really make pleasure, mm-hmm. have to be a little and very, very painful.
Oh, pleasure and pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a funny way to the people. It's called calaveras. It's a little.
Oh, I love these. The artwork is amazing.
So everything is fun about the faces of the people, how they, when you die, how they look like things, no?
Mm-hmm. Is that one there?
Yeah.
Oh, you just passed one that looked interesting.
This one. So.
One more over. Yeah.
So this is another calavera, a little poem. La muerte por las cantinas, por mares y carreteras, anda buscando un achaque para hacerlo calaveras.
The dead goes through the cantinas or bars.
Yeah.
For, I don't know what mares is.
Mares is like the sea.
Oh yes, la mara. The seas
and highways. Highways?
Highways, carreteras, and goes looking for
somebody that fell, somebody to die. So somebody have an accident.
Oh, so that they become the dead.
They become calaveras.
Which would be a skeleton.
A skeleton. Yeah. So it's a thing that I think is really funny. Anyhow, you can look in more about the posada and the drawings. We almost finished it, Angie. Thank you very much for coming. It was a pleasure. For having you. And also it's an honor to have you so many years dedicated to the Hispanic community.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing your time.
This is the final of Café Latino Cooking with Friends. I hope so you enjoy the recipe for doing pan de muerto, and I hope so you can do it in the following days. It takes a little time, but you will love it. You can visit cafelatino.org, cafelatino.tv.org.